you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
New York City. New York City is where they dig in King Kong. Then it's untimely end. Here now is the director of our 2005 retelling of the classic King Kong story, Academy Award winner Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
The car with which you might be familiar. The Bluesmobile from the Blues Brothers with SNL's Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. The Deathmobile from Animal House, also with Mrs. Carr, and also some vehicles from 2015, meaning the 2015 scene in 1989's Back to the Future Part 2. Alright, so here's Biff, the kid car from the new Knight Rider, the original Magnum PI Red Ferrari from the original series. Here are the Back to the Future vehicles. Also, now from the future, we're going to go briefly to the distant past with these Stone Age vehicles from 1994's The Flintstones, including Fred Flintstone's car, Barney Rubble's car, and a sports car. When I think of the Flintstones, you may do this. You kind of automatically think of dinosaurs. Speaking of dinosaurs, we got some Jurassic vehicles here, including a camouflage Mercedes from the Lost World Jurassic Park, a gyrosphere from Jurassic World directed by Colin Trevorrow, a Jeep Wrangler Sahara from the original Jurassic Park, and some military vehicles from the Transformers movie. You might be asking, what's up with the gyrosphere? What happened to the glass sphere? Well, it never really existed. When they filmed the gyrosphere scenes, we used Casey T. Leone and Sam Neill. Has anybody seen the Spinosaurus? No? Keep looking. Coming up on the left is this Fleetwood RV mobile lab, which was last seen dangling off a towering cliff on a remote island in a terrifying scene from The Lost World Jurassic Park, featuring Vince Vaughn, Academy Award winner Julianne Moore, and Jeff Goldblum. Actually, for this scene, the van was right here on the Universal front lot, dangling from a parking structure, which was dressed to look like a towering cliff on a remote island. There wasn't really a big T-Rex there. The van was being dangled by a crane. And everybody, we are under attack by a pack of angry spinning Dilophosaurs. Oh, I was wondering where that Spinosaurus went. Coming up on the left, here's Spiny. And folks, don't get too comfortable yet. Just when you thought it was safe, more Jurassic movies are coming. We went and made another one. Jurassic World Dominion, directed by Colin Trevorrow, is going to go stomping 1,000. Now, earlier I was talking about how the world is just around the corner on the back lot. Ahead of us here is Old Mexico, which has appeared as places like Tijuana for productions like What's Love Got to Do With It? The Ike and Tina Turner story with Lawrence Fishburne and King T'Challa's mom, Angela Bassett. This is also where Janet Jackson shot her Escapade music video. And oh, did I mention that there's a flash flood warning in effect for Old Mexico? No? So there's a flash flood warning in effect for Old Mexico. Just FYI. You're welcome. The storm. Everybody grab your thunder buddy because we got some rain. This isn't too bad. I think we can handle this, except hang on, does anybody happen to hear a low rumbling sound off in the distance? Uh-oh, on the left, a flash flood, heading straight for the tram. Take cover.
A real flood? You gotta be kidding me.
I was playing a trick on you back there. The rain is coming from a set of sprinklers above the tram. The flooding is the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water coming from tanks at the top of the hill. And here's the flooding affecting Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti. We're about to cross an imaginary Rio Grande here from Old Mexico to Texas. Ahead is a western filming area known as 6 Points, Texas. which appears in the Sony Pictures production of Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, with the Academy winners Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and the Mandalorian's Timothy Olyphant. Recently, a showdown took place here.
This channel ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Not folks with travel want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim the shit.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now let's see you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good.
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Tom.
Or you can count on it, pal. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Jimmy and Jimmy are going to talk it out. They're but one, or I guess 2 of the Universal Western stars who've walked these streets over the years. There have been a few others. We're now heading down John Wayne Road. And earlier I was talking about how most of our sound stages are on the front lot. Most, not quite all of them. Over to the left you can see our backlot sound stages, including stages 24, 25, 26, and 27. Stages filming, European or otherwise, by doing things like changing the language on the signs. Little Europe was Italy for Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks speaking of Italy and all that is Italian. See your family.
Mi chiamo Jimmy Fallon e tu una grossa bottiglia di vino. Mamma mia! Je m'appelle Jimmy Fallon. Je m'appelle été baguette.
Fortunately, no. Hello, Jimmy Fallon. Well, we skip out on me.
Up ahead you can see where all 3 of the scenes were shot. Also ahead to the left is a fountain, which you might remember was flown with clam chowder in an episode of The Good Place with Tim Henson as Michael and Kristen Bell as the late Eleanor Shilstra.
You, Eleanor Shilstra, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all like that.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
We can hardly mention Universal Studios, and particularly Little Europe, without bringing up the subject of our classic Universal monster movies. Like Frankenstein with Boris Karloff or Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Here to the right is the Court of Miracles, where many of these creatures first appeared, or disappeared in the case of the Invisible Man, played by Claude Rains. Claude Rains' voice. And now we got an open stage ahead of us here. Ahead of us is stage 50. Inside this stage is a set which is a recreation of a Northern California Bay Area subway station. This is an example of a hot set. Everything is in place for filming the next scene. We need to make sure that nothing is touched or moved, so I need everyone to remain seated at all times when we're on the stage, keeping our arms and legs inside, taking note of news articles as well. And now I'm going to show you what the set looked like when it was dressed to look like a Washington. And as you can see, there's lots of details in here. We got ticket vending machines, turnstiles, maps of the Bay Area subway station system on the wall, which were covered up with Washington, D.C. area maps while we were doing the Bones episode. Now they're back to the look of the Bay Area. So it is possible to sort of, in air quotes, movie location. Whoa. Well, that's one of our little California travelers. Don't worry, we get them all the time. Not so little. Hang on, this could be the big one. On the left side. remain in your seats and stand by for whoa on the right water. Lots of it too. And that's Earthquake, the big one. Here's what the effect looked like in the Bones episode. They're in the water right now. They're doing a final check of the harbor before reopening the beaches to tourists. Here's Anthony and the shark, and he looked, wait a minute. This shark doesn't look 25 feet long, it's more like 14 or 15 feet. These fishermen do tend to sometimes, shall we say, exaggerate the truth. Yeah, they're all, I got one that was this big. What they should be saying is, when you look at the big fin of the water, oh, look over when there's a fin of the water. I'm just kidding. No, there isn't really. There's a fin of the water. The diver's still out there somewhere. Oh, where is he? Where?
The shark, look, shark coming.
No, there he is.